Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Monday Night Mayhem. I am your host, your MC, your captain speaking. My name is JT. I'm joined tonight by video games' favorite brethren, or just brother. It's just that boy, Father Toast. Go ahead and say what's up to the people, Father Toast.
What's up to the people, Father Toast?
Tonight, on the topics at hand, we're going to be talking about the God of War TV show that's going to be coming out. Probably in 2027 is what I'm thinking that's coming out. I think they might have confirmed that. We're also going to be talking about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and how it failed to meet sales expectations. And then video games that we just had no desire to finish, whether it be because we weren't having fun, other things popped up in life, or they were just too ball-busting hard. So settle into those ergonomic gaming chairs, grab those diet snacks, diet chips, diet root beer, diet pretzels, strap in, hit your controllers, press start, and get ready to game on, everybody, because this is Monday Night Mayhem, where pixels meet possibilities. Let's do this. Ah, man. Another week, another mayhem. Another chance to talk about video games and things that involve video games. Like this question from John Longtoe. Do you guys ever put your handheld game consoles in a case? Carson, I'm going to let you hit this one first.
Abso-fucking-lutely, and I will tell you why. Because when I was a young, stupid kid, my very first Game Boy Advance, I shoved that bitch in my pocket the first several months that I had it, and it scratched the screen all to shit. And I learned the hard way. That's why you don't do that. You keep your handheld consoles in some sort of case. And ever since that time, I have done just that. I also cannot imagine taking a Switch or a Steam Deck and not keeping it in a case. I've seen people that will have a Switch Lite, and they just have a backpack, and there's a sleeve in the backpack that they'll throw it in. And even that seems too far to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't trust it. I just couldn't.
I'm not going to hardcore judge it because I've been there before where I've been in a hurry and I've had my Switch in my hand and my backpack in the other hand, and I've fuck it. I'm just going to put it in the safest spot in this bag and not worry about grabbing the case. But now in my adult life, I'm like, let me just go ahead and not be lazy and just put it in its case. At this point, I couldn't imagine taking my $450 console so far out of my house and not having a case for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never know.
Taking it out without the case, I feel like that would give me the same sensation as walking outside with no pants and underwear, just totally fucking exposed. And I realize that's ridiculous and a bit hyperbolic, but 100%. I would just feel wrong because otherwise I'm just going to have to carry it out in the open everywhere because I'm not going to trust to put it down somewhere. What if I forget it or some sticky fingers come along, and I'm not going to put it in something because Jesus Christ, my poor Steam Deck's already taken enough bumps as it is, but the screen's still in great shape. I fucking want to shoot myself if something happened to it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can I be honest about something real quick?
What was that?
I think about, so when I'm getting ready to just go to the gym in the morning, because I wear compression pants a lot, and I think about leaving the house without putting my shorts or pants on over them way too often. Where it's just, it's kind of just, it fucks me up at this point where I'm I got to get out of here. Oh, fuck, I don't have my shorts on. Yeah.
I could never. Straight up, I could never.
Yeah, it's bad. Thank God I haven't done it yet. But there's going to be one of those days where it's just my memories just real fucking shitty one day and I feel like I have pants on and I just accidentally leave my house. And I'm like, oh, I'm not wearing pants.
Dead ass though. I think I'd rather leave the house without my pants than I would without my fucking headphones, man.
Especially going to the gym.
The gym or work. Like, man, those are the longest days at work whenever I, like, forget my headphones. I'll do it once, and then it doesn't happen for another, like, 6 months. I'm so fucking scared about, like, oh, my God. The worst. Yeah, the gym is, like, tied for it, though, in all honesty. Like, I really, really can't work out if I just have to listen to, like, gym ambiance or, God, even worse. Every gym that I've been to always plays the worst fucking music over the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Like the least kind of shit that would ever make you want to work out or lift something heavy. Like, never. They never play that. Like, maybe they do for somebody. Maybe there's somebody out there that's like, oh, I love the mix they put on at the gym. Like, okay, whatever. But for me personally, no chance in hell. That shit sucks.
You think gyms would hire like a DJ? Like an all-day DJ to like just DJ like shit at the gym? And it'd be the dopest fucking mixes?
Like a lot of them, like Club Fitness, right?
Yeah.
They have a whole fucking radio station that they turn into. It's not like actual like broadcast radio, but like some sort of like internet thing that they connect their sound system to. And so it's playing the same music everywhere. So it's not even like, it's mainly these fucking like name brand gyms, you know, like I don't understand how the fuck you can have like a whole thing set up where you're like, turn all the sound to this. We got it covered. Don't worry about it. And then you just make it suck dick everywhere.
Yeah.
Like just make a better playlist. Holy shit. It's so bad. And I know everybody has like different stuff that they want to hear when they work out, but like, I'll tell you what I don't want to hear. And that's fucking Taylor Swift or some sort of like poppy bubblegum horseshit when I'm working out. Like, no. Unless it's Chapel Roan, that's different, but still.
Yeah. They should take the trendy restaurant like vibe and just play jazzy house tunes.
No, that would suck too.
No, it wouldn't.
I don't want it to, bro. Nah. If the tone ain't set right with the tunes, like I would rather it just be grunts and fucking like weight slamming. I would rather hear that any day of the fucking week than have to put up with just shit that I do not want to hear. Because like if I'm hearing music that I really do not want to hear, that makes me want to leave and not accomplish what I am sat there to do.
That's fair. I get that. Yeah.
Like I feel like it affects my workout. Because conversely, if there's a song that really gets me pumped up, because that shit always changes, or at least it does for me. But if there's like a song that's really going to get me like amped, that's what I want to hear, because that's going to lead to a really, really good fucking workout. Whereas like, man, if nothing sounds good, like just no songs are popping out and I'm sitting there, I'm fucking around on my phone trying to find the right thing more than I'm working out, like that's a bad workout right there.
No, I get that.
The last thing I'll say real quick though, I did find this playlist and it has come in handy because it's pretty much exclusively 80s songs. But I found a playlist and it's called Songs for Speeding in all caps. And it's literally kind of like image on the playlist is like this super like ripped jacked up arm that's like speeding through a Minecraft village.
Oh my gosh.
Running people over in like first person. It's fucking hilarious.
Please.
But it works really good. Like I throw that shit on and I'm just like, fuck yeah. Fuck these weights.
Are you Apple or Spotify Music?
So that's the interesting thing, right? I was Spotify until yesterday. My wife is the one that pays for that shit because Spotify had some like couple deal
Yeah.
But man, I'm not like Apple's not great either, and they're like, you know, no ethical consumption under capitalism, etc., etc. But like, man, Spotify is there's a lot of sketchy shit going on with like the people that own Spotify and like contributing to ICE and shit. And Courtney is just like, she's like, I can't, in good conscience, I can't keep fucking giving these people my money when they're like very blatantly like, this is the kind of shit that they're doing. And so she looked into it, and Apple Music was the one that she was like, I want to try this, and it seems to be the most affordable and like reasonable, and has, as far as she was concerned at least, everything that she wants to hear. I'm not the biggest fan of the search, but it might just be a case of me needing to get used to it, having used Spotify for, you know, half a decade or however long now. But
yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm not like, I'm neither here nor there on it, because I didn't have a ton of playlists, but I did have a few, and you can move that stuff over, and it is actually very simple to do. So like, that's just kind of where I've landed on it, where it's like, yeah, you know, like,
well, since you're on Apple Music,
with whatever she wants,
you can send me playlists, because I've been using Apple Music since 2020.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I've gotten pretty used to it at this point. Video games. Yeah, let's dive.
This is a video game show.
Yeah, let's dive into our first topic of the evening. Let's talk about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, because some interesting, you know, stuff have come out about that, and where Sega is sitting at the moment with this game that they released last September, I want to say. We got some news today that it failed to meet sales expectations, but they are still going to continue to support it with its upcoming DLC, and that they do have an initial sales target that they would like to meet of selling at least 1 million more. It got to that million number pretty quickly out the gate. So I'm guessing Sega probably had 2-3 million in their pipeline for what they wanted to do. I'm sure they probably wanted more. And of course, with it being multi-platform, they were probably hoping that it would contribute to more sales, you know, not just in its initial first month launch, but it came out before the holidays, and having a SKU right there for the holiday, and it was on deep discount, because I know I got it pretty cheaply for, I want to say, a little bit after Black Friday. It was either after Black Friday or like the week before Black Friday. It was half off, so I went ahead and picked it up for that price. But yeah, man, the Sonic Racing Crossworlds not meeting sales expectations. I think this is the second time this has happened since All-Star Racing Transformed came out. I think that one actually did do pretty well for them, if I'm not mistaken. And then Team Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing might have done well for them as well, even though the game wasn't critically received very well. But this one was critically received well. What do you think happened to this one?
Honestly, I think it's a really crowded year. Because just off the top of my head, as far as kart racers go, or well, I don't even want to say just necessarily kart racers, but like racing games in general, you know, you had a number of indie titles that came out. You also, this was a year with a new Mario Kart, which, you know, say what you will about Tour, at the end of the day, it does say Mario Kart on it, and that's always going to be a big plus and a big seller. But that being said, it also was a year that we had a brand new Kirby Air Ride, which, again, not quite the same thing, but a lot of your Sonic audience these days are going to be on two platforms, and that's PC and Switch. Yes, there's people that play Sonic on PlayStation. There's probably some whack-off that plays on Xbox. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. They keep putting the games on there, I guess. But point being is, I think that Nintendo, your Nintendo systems and PC are where you're going to find a lot of your Sonic fans these days. And when it comes down to it, Are you gonna go with the new Sonic racing game? That's, it's good. It's good. So they say. I haven't played it personally, but people say it's good. Or do you go with Kirby Air Riders, which, again, not fair to say. I haven't played Cross World, but I haven't played Cross World because this is the year the Kirby Air Riders came out, and I wanted to save my time and money for Kirby Air Riders, and I'm very glad I did, quite frankly. I don't really feel like I missed anything with Cross Worlds. I'm sure it's good. There's just nothing in any of the trailers that particularly jumped out at me that made me think I need to play this right away. Even though I have it in my shared libraries, I still just don't really care, to be perfectly honest with you. And I think that's sort of the general consensus. It's certainly not a bad game. In fact, I think if it came out this year or even in 2024, we'd be talking a whole different story. But it came out in a year where there were already a lot of racing games and the competition was stiff and fierce. And even though it came out between the release dates of Tour and Kirby Air Riders, it's still that same year. Yeah. And, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off base. Maybe that's got nothing to do with it. But me personally, I think that has a lot to do with it. A very competitive, very full 2025 as far as racing games are concerned.
No, I agree with you on that. I think with it coming out in a very crowded 2025, when we look at, what all came out that year, aside from even Kirby Air Riders and Mario Kart, I think it was a very crowded year just in general because there were so many games in that back half, especially, not just on Switch or PC or PlayStation, just in general. There was a ton of things to play. Like, I'm just looking at games that I picked up personally and just, I'm like, fuck, like, I haven't even played Tales of Exillia yet. And that came out in the back half of last year. And I know that's probably a different audience from, typical people that would play Sonic Racing Cross World, but you got to think about the Mario and Galaxy, remakes. Things like the Demon Slayer 2 game, Kirby Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Call of Duty, just Battlefield 6. A lot of those PlayStation players who might have picked up Cross World probably fell off of it pretty quickly. And like you said, majority of those players are on Switch and PC. So that's, where a lot of that audience is probably like still playing that game at. And I just think with it being so crowded in 2025, because in all honesty, the internet had me believing that Sonic Racing Cross World was, the next best thing since sliced bread. And it was selling more than Mario Kart World was at the time, which I was like, okay, like the internet is speaking up. They obviously really like this game. Let me go ahead and check it out, which is why I picked it up for the $30. Had that game not been on sale, I wouldn't have picked it up myself. So after playing it, and then after playing Kirby Air Riders, and then of course all the time that I spent in Mario Kart World, I think it's a fine game. Like, it's got really good parts. I think some of the racing mechanics in those Sonic games are still very clunky. And I feel like that's probably what a lot of other people are thinking as well, because if you think back to Team Sonic Racing, that game felt very clunky and not really super fun to play. I think Racing Cross World was better than that, but it still just has that. It doesn't feel as good as the other two kart racers, is what I'm trying to get at. I think Mario Kart is still the best feeling kart racing game, and Kirby Air Riders is, right up there. I almost don't really consider that a kart racer, but it kind of is. To me, it's more of an action racer. I guess Mario Kart is too, and Sonic Racing, but those things alone, I just don't think that people were really gravitating towards a new Sonic Racing game the way that they probably would a new Sonic Adventure style game. So I just always think, those things will hurt it for sure. But hopefully they could get to 2 million by the end of March. I know that's what Sega's pushing for. I think this just might be a down year for Sega just based on some of the things that they've been doing with a lot of their franchises here recently. But, what do I know? I bought the game. I'm one of the 1 million people. Um, but yeah, I mean, the DLC like seems fine. There's a lot of DLC characters that they have announced already that I didn't really care for. So I didn't buy the season pass. I did go ahead and pre-purchase the Pac-Man DLC because I like Pac-Man. I'll probably buy Mega Man when Mega Man gets added as well. And those will be the times that I play those games. It's not really something that I'm like clamoring to like play every single time that I pick up my Switch. I will say this: every single time that I pick up my Switch where I'm not playing, a massive story game, I do always jump into Kirby Air Riders. If not for 15 minutes, maybe for about 45 minutes to an hour sometimes. But Sonic Racing Cross World just didn't have that weight with me. And I think a lot of other people probably feel the same way, where that would just be kind of like a game that I won't say it doesn't have the value of a $60 game, but I feel like a lot of people who look at that type of game will probably look at it and go, this doesn't really have value at $60, so I'm going to wait. And they didn't show up when it was $30, and I'm pretty sure they're probably just waiting on it to go on even more of a steep discount.
I could see that. I could also see it being, the hope of whatever next big like movie project comes out, that'll boost sales, because I'm sure that had a lot to do with Shadow. Well, not a lot. Well, yeah, to an extent. I would say to an extent it had part to do with why like Shadow Generations was so successful.
Mm-hmm.
No, pretty much agree with you.
We did see Shadow Generations actually like did really well. And even when the first Mario movie came out, Nintendo was saying that because of the movie, it boosted sales of other Mario games.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I think had this game released closer to the movie, or even if they would have put the movie back in theaters for a little bit, like a special like director's cut version of it that just adds, a 20-second line of dialogue, that game probably would have did a little bit better at launch. It kind of sucks that it needs the movie to really like boost itself up though. But I get it. I totally get it. All right, let's get into our next question. This one's coming from Blue Pickle. Did any of you guys ever play either of the Hollow Knight games? I've never heard anybody on this panel really talk about them. I did not play those games.
I feel like that might be a good one for Zach, potentially.
Yeah.
Because he kind of fucks with Dark Souls stuff a little bit, doesn't he?
I think so. I know you like really fucks with like the Metroidvanias.
Yeah. I guess that would be more aligned. I played the first Hollow Knight, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a very big fan. Kind of felt like a lot of it was sort of a pain in the ass, and everything I heard about Silk Song sounded like everything I did not like about the original Hollow Knight, amplified by like 11. So I super didn't fuck with that game.
Yeah.
Nor do I think I ever will. Because like I said, I wasn't a very big fan of Hollow Knight, and I don't see that changing, sadly. I don't think it's a bad game. I do think it teeters on the this just isn't for me scale. But I also kind of in the trying to think of a nicer way to put this. I guess I just don't think I have enough time nor patience to learn a game that wants that level of precision. And I think that's the nicest way I can say that.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think for me, it never really caught my attention too well. I know a lot of people seem to really like those games, and I do like me some Metroidvanias. But like you said, in time, precision, it seems like those games also are massive time sinks at the end of the day as well.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the like hardcore Dark Souls combat where you gotta parry and you gotta wait for that 1 split-second animation that you can attack and I just don't fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, and I never have, and I'm so over parry mechanics in video games. Like, fuck off with that already. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm fed up.
Not every game
Let it go.
Needs a parry mechanic. The games that do it right, you know, kudos to those games, but I don't need it in all of my shit.
Exactly. Like, just God, I'm over it. I'm so over it.
But
there's literally been one game that I played that had parry that I actually kind of liked, and that was Expedition 33. Everything else, it's just, it's a fucking pain in the ass, I swear.
They're going to put parry mechanics in WWE 2K26.
Oh, hell, I ain't fucking pulling up for that, so go for it. Or wait, was that a joke or is that legit?
No, that's a joke.
Because that's the thing. I could easily see where they would do some stupid shit like that because every year they feel like they need to change this shit.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if, you know, just I'm going to pay attention to the reviews for that game just to see what dumb shit gets added. But, you know, if there's a parry mechanic, I might as well go play the lottery or some shit.
Well, I guess you could be a pedant and say that like it already had parry because you can counter everything.
Oh, that's true.
Time it right.
Yep, that's true.
I mean, a parry is not the same as a counter, sure, but at the same time, when it comes to video games, the mechanic is kind of the same. A parry and then punish. A counter, you're just parry, punish at the same time, so to speak, kind of, sort of. I'm sure there's probably a few people that I know personally that would hear me say that and steam would come out of their fucking ears, but whatever. You know what I mean.
No, I get it. The Duck is saying an indie game that you guys should check out is Ruffy in the Riverside. I think you all would love it. I was intrigued by that game for a little bit. I never picked it up just because I was playing too much other crap at the time. It does look like a game that I would personally mess with. So maybe one day. We'll see. Carson, have you seen Ruffy in the Riverside at all?
No, let me look this up real quick.
Yeah, I think looking at it, I think it would be a game that everybody would fuck with on this Here Very show.
Oh, I have at least seen like the. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks kind of neat, but in my experience, I kind of have trouble sometimes when it's a 2D sprite on like a 3D area.
Yeah.
Because I used to love playing Sonic Robo Blast 2, and that's literally that entire game. It's just using Doom. I wouldn't mind to try it, though. There is a demo. I was about ready to say, I wish there was a demo. There is a demo.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Demo and download. There is on Steam, at least.
All right, let me check this out and see if there's a demo.
Give it a download and give it a try. See what we think. If it's also on Switch, maybe we can both give it a try and then come back next week and say what we think.
Yeah, we'll probably. Something tells me we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week. There's not a demo on Switch. What the fuck?
Damn.
But this looks intriguing.
I do like that art style and a goofy guy.
Yeah.
He's a goofy, silly guy, that guy.
Next time this goes on sale, Carson will report back next week after you play the demo, and if you like it, you know, that tells me everything that I need to know, considering we do have very similar taste in a lot of games.
Just don't let me forget to fucking play it.
Yeah. I'll check in with you Friday and see if you played it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything that I'm like looking at from this trailer looks pretty fun. So all right, we'll report back on that. The duck. Let's talk about our second topic of the evening. God of War is getting a TV show here in the very near future, and the TV show starts at the the Norse timeline. So it completely skips over Olympus and just goes into what God of War 2018 went into, which some people consider that kind of a reboot. It, if you played those games, it actually is a sequel because they do call back to God of War, the Greek saga. Do we think this is a mistake of them just going straight into where it's at in the timeline? I know those newer games are better selling and just have more appeal, it seems like, to a broader audience. So I understand it from that perspective. But for the longtime fans of God of War, like myself, who have played God of War 1 through 3, I don't know. I feel like they probably should have gone with the Greek saga first and done the gritty God of War and showed who Kratos was before the child came into play. What do you think, Carson?
I think you kind of answered your own question as to why they're doing it like this. And I think it's a good idea for the exact reasons that you said, the broader appeal. And I also think it's a lot easier in terms of writing and creating a TV show to write a protagonist who is going to have a semblance of a emotional core that your audience can actually, relate to. I don't think that would work quite as well if I don't think that would work quite as well if you're just having the gritty Kratos that's going around to trying to kill all the gods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That works great for a video game. And I think that version of God of War should stay a video game, because I really don't think that if you were to make it into a TV show that it would really work quite as well. I don't think that the appeal would really be there either, given over the last 20 years there's been a number of Greek god-esque movies and films and shows, and
a
lot of them really don't do very well. They really don't. When it's just here's a bunch of Greek gods battling each other. Remember what was it? That Fight of the Titans movie or something?
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about. I don't know if that was
Clash of the Titans. Clash of the Titans. That's it. Yeah, Clash of the Titans in 2010. That was supposed to be huge, and it just kind of came and went. I mean, granted, it was a remake of a film from 1981, but point being, it made its money. It was a commercial success, I guess, but point that I'm trying to make, though, it was a commercial success in 2010, which is much different than being a commercial success in 2026. That's
absolutely
sure.
Yeah.
But my point is that I think that this has more of a broader appeal, especially when you look at shows, similar shows that have done video game adaptions like The Last of Us. When you kind of have that father dynamic and then you have the kid, I think there's a lot that you can really write around and attach to that works very well. I think it's the right call, honestly, and I think too that you could have little flashbacks to the original God of War if you wanted. It's not like you couldn't have Kratos just kind of like on his own, like his kid's asleep and he's fucking staring into a fire, and then we go back and we see some shit from the original God of War 2 or God of War 3. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot that I feel like you could still do with that, and I really don't think it's a bad idea to start it here because of that appeal, and especially for a TV show. I don't think starting back further would be the right call. I think starting from where they're at, because it works as a soft reboot, which is what it is. It's not a total reboot, but it is a soft reboot because you're able to come into it without the knowledge of the ones before, and you can still get everything out of it that you would if you knew the things previously. However, there's also a lot to be said for knowing the things there previously, because then you can come in like, okay, this is continuing the story.
Right.
You know, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, you're right. I did answer my own question with that as well, just because everything that you touched on, knowing that it's so weird that Greek mythology in that sense, outside of video games, just doesn't have a huge appeal. Like, they got shit like Cleopatra and fucking Zeus. Why wouldn't that have a huge appeal these days? It's like everything after Hercules, The Rock ruined Hercules. That's where we're at.
The Rock ripped his guts open, and then after that, Hollywood was like, well, we're done.
Yep. Jeez.
We give up. We're done.
Well, yeah.
We're done.
I think we figured it out. This is all Dwayne Johnson's fault at this point. That's
why
we're not getting this. But yeah, like I think it's gonna be a good show. I think because it's got the same studio that did The Last of Us behind it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You are very mistaken, my friend. It is
shit.
Amazon
that
is behind this shit. And they are behind the Fallout TV show, which I quite like. And tomorrow is the season finale, so hopefully that doesn't shit the bed. But if it's anything like the Fallout show in terms of quality, there will be very loud, angry people who are upset about what they do or do not do. And there will be an equally angry or an equal contingent that is also very happy with what they do. That being said, God of War is a bit different than Fallout, because Fallout is that's actually like a whole new like it's Fallout, it's set in the Fallout universe, it has Fallout things, but it's telling a whole new story that fits into the timeline and the canon and all that stuff. Whereas God of War, from what I understand, is retelling God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a little bit different because it is more similar to Last of Us, where it's recounting an entire thing. Whereas Fallout, what's kind of cool about Fallout is it's not strictly following just one game. It's carving out its own little thing within that universe. That being said, it has had some heavy implications later on in the timeline that kind of have people like myself. I'm not shitting bricks over it like some people do, but I am kind of like, that's a bold choice. That's a bold fucking choice, but hey, you do you. I'm not against it. I don't know if I'm for it, but I can safely say that that's fucking bold, son.
Interesting. All right. I'm not into Fallout lore, so I wouldn't get it, but I trust you.
I'm gonna be real. I do think that show almost works a little bit better if you aren't a Fallout fan going into it.
Really?
Like, my younger brother, he'd heard of Fallout, but he'd never played it until he watched that first season of the show. And then he hit me up and he's like, watch the show, and I really like it. Which one should I get into? And I was like, oh, motherfucker. So I instantly sent him New Vegas, like with all the DLC and shit. And I was like, play that. You get through that, then come back to me and we'll talk about, 4. But until then, this is the best goddamn one. Here's the mods you need. Here's the whole game with all the DLC. And he's got a kid, so it's not like he's got all the free time in the world like I do. Not that I got all, you know what I mean,
right?
But point being is that he's been chipping away at it over the last 6 or 8 months or so, and he got into he's not balls deep in the lore, but he does know more about it, and he is more into Fallout because of the show. And I think you would probably get more out of it watching the show first and then maybe being okay, maybe I'm in, I want to try these games. But if you haven't, then I think if you haven't played a Fallout, I do think you should give the show a shot. If you have played Fallout, still give the show a shot. But depending on your level of fandom, maybe check it at the door. If it's too high, you know what I'm saying?
Nope, I get that.
It is a good show either way, though. You could remove all the Fallout shit from it, and it would still be a good show.
Right. I have heard from other friends who really like it, that they were into the games before they got into the show. So,
that's where me and Courtney were at, and there's little things that they sprinkle in there too that they don't draw attention to. Not just little cameo things for fans, but I'm trying to think of how to explain. It's almost like the actions and things that characters do in the sense of how they play out, and sometimes the interactions. It's very similar to the game, but not stilted.
Yeah.
If that makes any... It's really hard to explain this if you've never played Fallout. If you played Fallout, you'll watch the show and you'll be like, oh, this is literally her explaining her stats, basically. But that's not what she's doing. But if you know, you know.
Right, okay. Oh no, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
It's honestly, it's pretty great, and it is equal parts really good, entertaining action, but there's also there's definitely some comedy in there, and man, some of the I don't want to spoil it, but in particular the first episode and what essentially everyone in the wasteland knows the vault dwellers for is very, very funny. It's very, very funny. And I'm kind of surprised it wasn't brought up in the games before the show.
Huh. All right. Well, when I get some TV time...
You also don't need to know the games to find it funny. It's just an objectively funny thing that they point out and say to each other. And it's oh, I guess they would do that, huh?
I mean, calling, somebody a vault dweller is just a funny, insult to me. So I'm already...
Oh, that's just what they've always been called in the games and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, no. It's something else. I'll tell you when we're off air if you really want to know, because it's genuinely very funny.
Yeah, we'll revisit
it'll
this
give you an
when we
idea
close
of the kind of comedy that you're in for.
All right, do love some comedy, so all right, I can get with that. All right, let's go into our next question from Gumball Baron. Have you guys bought any Girl Scout cookies yet? And if so, what flavors did you get? I have not, but I hear there's new flavors available, and I'm curious.
So my answer is no, but yes. I personally have not bought them, but I believe it was at my wife's work. Someone is selling Girl Scout cookies, so she got some, and she got me my favorite, which are tagalongs, which are the peanut butter cookies.
Yeah,
I love those little fuckers.
Tagalongs are pretty great.
That's my shit. I think my wife likes Thin Mints, so I'm sure she got herself a couple boxes of those and maybe some Samoas or something. But I didn't hear anything about new flavors, which, in fairness, My picky ass probably wouldn't like them.
So let me pull this up because one of my friends sent me a picture of her Girl Scout cookie finds. And this is how I found out about new flavors. Where are the cookies?
There's a new one for 2026 called Explore Moors.
Yeah, that's what
inspired by Rocky Road ice cream.
Yep.
That's interesting. I don't know. That'd be one of those things that I would want to try. I don't know if I'd want to like buy it outright, but because I don't know that I really fuck with Rocky Road. But I mean, chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream. That doesn't sound bad at all.
Is that the flavor of the cookie?
That's what it said. Yeah, the Explore Moors. Get the scoop on Explore Moors. The Rocky Road ice cream inspired flavors of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream.
Yeah, I'll probably pick up a box of those. Of course, I gotta get the very basic, the trefoils, which is just the shortbread. So soon, whenever I like see some Girl Scouts roaming department stores or wherever they have their stands at, I'll probably hit one of them up and say, can I just get a box of, the Rocky Road Explore Moors and the shortbread, please? So yeah, no Girl Scouts yet, but they're on the way.
Just ambushing a Girl Scout troop to go, if a trefoil's in the woods, is it and no one's around, does it make a sound?
No, it just tags
like,
along.
Sir, you really stumbled over that really unfunny joke. Would you like a box of cookies?
Oh, goodness.
Just totally unfazed.
Oh, man. That'd be amazing. All right, let's go down the list still. George of the Woods says, what are some other video game IP you would like to see get made into Lego set? Since Nintendo's on a roll with all of their IP, let's just go into the next most popular ones, I would say. Let's say Kirby, Pikmin. Animal Crossing has Legos already, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Splatoon will probably get some as well. Those I could see those for sure getting some, but like outside of like Nintendo, I'd love to see shit like Dragon Quest and Monster Hunter get some Legos. I don't know if those would happen. Monster Hunter maybe, but yeah, maybe like some Dragon Quest sets. I think that'd be really cool. Carson, you got any Legos that you would like to at least see come out?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I think Legos are cool, but they're so fucking expensive that like the prospect of anything existing that would excite me is just non-existent, which I realize is a very boring and unfun answer, but it's kind of true.
No, I get that. I don't think I would ever buy any.
It is true.
Yeah, because I didn't even buy the Legend of Zelda set just because I'm like, I don't need it. It's just going to sit in the box for 50 years and never get used. And that's something that I would want to display. And I just would not be able to make space for it. So it's like process of elimination. We get new Zelda amiibo. I'll get whatever cool Link figure comes out of that. But the Lego set, nah, I'm good. But I love to see those like little trailers that they put out for them, and when people get hyped about them, because I think the sets are actually like really neat looking and pretty fucking cool. But I just can't swing it, not in this economy. Let's go with Tornado Tammy. I loved you guys doing your top 10 of the decade so far. I would love for you guys to do more top lists with each other. It was very entertaining. Yeah, we could definitely do more lists here in the future. when things settle down for our other co-hosts, then we'll get something on the board for that. Maybe we can do like top 5 indie games or some shit. That'd be fun.
Top 5 worst games to play when your legs are cut off. Number 5. Anything, because you don't got no legs no more, Lieutenant Dan.
I was gonna say Wii Fit. You got to stand on that balance
I'm thinking
board.
of a really dumb dipshit bit here that is not funny whatsoever, and then you managed to make it funny. Good job. Good fucking job. I was just thinking like, oh, my legs are cut off. I need to do something besides playing video games. And you're like, nah, man, you just don't need to be playing Wii Fit. You right? You're right.
You can't stand on that fucking balance board without any legs.
Yo, like, I never fucked with that thing because I didn't trust it. But like, fuck Wii Fit, dude. Solely because it never did it to me. But like my little high school ex-girlfriend, there was someone, like one of her friends had Wii Fit, and she was on the tennis team, and they had like a sleepover or something, and one of the bigger girls got on the fucking board, and the fucking board went, ouch!
Oh, that's
not
so
even
petty.
Kidding. Yeah,
that's so
like
petty.
if a fat person gets onto like a skinny person's account, the board bitches about it.
Oh man,
like I heard that and I was like, fuck that shit. Like I already wasn't interested, but like, man, it's bad enough that video games like to taunt you as is over like how much you suck at playing them. Don't fucking tell me I'm fat too. I know, bitch. It's because I'm playing video games.
Yep.
The one video game that's supposed to make you less fat makes fun of you for being fat. Fuck you.
Jeez.
So petty. So petty.
Yeah, because at the time of that coming out, I was definitely not going to mess with that just because of the type of video game head that I am. Nowadays, Ring Fit Adventure, like I love that shit because it's an actual action game that inspires you to get fit. But yeah, having a balance
board. I
board.
kind of learned with Wii Fit.
Yeah, man.
I mean, like, my brother, or I think my brother played it more, but I think my mom and brother got that, and they messed with it a bunch, but I never did.
Yeah. Ring Fit Adventure is a good time.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's made with
the Wii Fit is what I mean, though. They didn't. Neither of them got fucking Ring Fit.
Got you. Yeah, Wii Fit, saying ouch. Nope, no thank you.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm kind of curious, though. Like, I got to see this in action. Maybe I'll try to go find one of those Wii Fit balance boards somewhere.
Well, fuck, dude. At this point, you've lost so much weight, you're in shape. It ain't gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
But if you made an account and I came over and I hopped on that bitch, it would.
Oh, man. Dude, we got to stream just like a Wii Fit-a-thon. Because I don't even know what fucking mini games are included on that thing.
I don't even know if there really are. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, Wii Sports is the only one that I really got into. I never fucked with Wii Fit. I never fucked with Wii Music. I tried to fuck with Wii Play because I got it super cheap from a used game store, but then the fucking disc never worked. So I didn't really get to mess with that either.
Yeah. I had Wii Play. I think I might have only played it twice.
That tracks. It seems like it was kind of one of those games.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I know whenever I got it for like $15, so I'm not exactly surprised it was beat to shit, but it's still annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't remember like much from Wii Play that is very memorable at this point. But
now that I think about it, I don't think I fucked with Wii Sports Resort either.
I did mess with that one because it had basketball on it, and the basketball was actually kind of fun. And
I
I
know the
think,
island pretty well because I got that Pilot Wings game on 3DS, and that just
Mhm.
uses that same island. But outside of that, it's not exactly like that's. I mean, fuck, they've used that island in fucking Smash as well, and you probably would see it a little bit better in Smash than you would Pilot Wings, just because it takes you all around.
Mhm. Yeah,
Or
I
maybe
did not.
Fuck, fine now. Who knows? Who cares?
I did not get that Pilot Wings 3DS game.
Brother, that was the only game I had for the first, because that thing came out in March, and I didn't fuck with Zelda. Like, I just borrowed Zelda from a buddy, so the only game I had for the first, 6 months that I had my 3DS was just fucking Pilot Wings. Until fucking Star Fox came out, and then it's like, cool, I have flying game that's fun enough, and Star Fox, a game that I've owned on my Nintendo 64 for, a decade prior to this, and it's 2011.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jeez, man, the 3DS launch. That was a time.
That was rough.
Yep.
It's crazy. People do not remember how bad the 3DS was that first whole year.
The
People
3DS
forget
and
about
the
the
Wii U.
ambassador program and all that shit. The Wii U never recovered. That's the thing. The 3DS recovered, and that's why no one remembers. 3D or Wii U never did.
Yeah.
The Wii U to me was Nintendo at peak hubris.
Mm-hmm.
Because 3DS launched like shit. Took them about a year, and then by the time Pokemon came out, then all was good. And ever since then, now 3DS has one of the, in my opinion, I think the 3DS is one of the best libraries, easily for a handheld, but almost one of the best libraries, period. Across any video game.
I could see that.
Any system, any time period. Not the best, but one of the best.
Yeah.
I would maybe stand on saying it's the best if we're strictly talking handhelds. And I wouldn't include the Switch on that handheld conversation either. I would still consider that a console. But in terms of this is just a handheld in the handheld eco space, 3DS, man. And I mean, it would take a lot of I can't totally stand on that because I have so much love for Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And DS. But I mean, once they got going, but that first year was rough. I very much remember E3 2011 happening, and they showed off all these games, and then I downloaded, because they used to be a Nintendo video thing. I remember downloading all those trailers to my 3DS and just watching them over and over again so I could low-key pretend I actually had something to fucking play on that thing. Because those trailers were in 3D, so it was
kind of
got
cool.
something to play on here fucking finally.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It wasn't until Mario 3D Land came out that I finally was God, there's something new for me to enjoy on here that I'm really into.
Yeah.
I went hard on that game too.
3D Land was a good game, and it still kind of upsets me that they did not include those levels in the remaster of 3D World on the Switch. But we got Bowser's Fury, so I'm not too mad. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that would almost have to be the choice, right? You either get Bowser's Fury, or we can do these 3D Land levels, but they're only going to be for one player, because otherwise you'd have to resize everything to make it fit 4 people, or it would be too cramped for 4 people, or there's a few effects in there that aren't in 3D World, or gimmicks or whatever. I love 3D Land, don't get me wrong. I just don't think porting it to 3D World would have been the right call, especially with Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
Because Bowser's Fury is just... What the fuck? Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, folks, while Carson is putting his cats in timeout, I am going to talk about some leaks and rumors that have come up in the video game landscape. Because at the time of this recording, this episode is going to come out after a Nintendo Direct. So if you stay tuned to the end of this episode and then watch, a little bit after, I'm going to merge the two together. It's going to be this episode and then my reactions to a Nintendo Direct, because I won't be able to have the full cast reacting to what is going to be a Direct Partner Showcase airing the Thursday after we record this. So you'll get the double dose of that next week. And then the following week after, we will have our overall just kind of like talk about video games and things that we're hyped for going into the rest of 2026 in that following episode. So you'll have that to look forward to. But yeah, so there will be, right after Monday Night Mayhem closes, there's going to be JT's initial thoughts and reactions about the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase that should be going down. It's not officially announced as of yet. I'm expecting it probably will be announced this Wednesday. If it doesn't get announced, then some insiders and leakers and big outlets have some explaining to do. So I might, put out a video right after this reacting to that. But no, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a partner showcase coming up after during this week. And I'm looking forward to what could potentially get announced. I'm just going to throw out a couple of predictions. We'll see if I get them right. I think we'll get a release date for Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. We'll get a release date for Borderlands 4. We'll get Metaphor ReFantazio announced for the Switch 2. We'll get Final Fantasy Rebirth release date, because we already know that that's confirmed for the Switch 2. And we'll get a announcement for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And then, of course, I think there's probably going to be some like new announcements for some new games from third-party partners as well. I don't really know what those could potentially be. I think Square, Sega, Capcom, of course, will probably like have some new announcements come out of this, because those are always the big three that usually do have some major announcements. There's probably going to be some other stuff from Namco Bandai that gets announced as well. I think this partner showcase could be pretty big. Usually, I think when people think partner showcase, they think it can only be a direct worth of like 15 minutes worth of announcements. But we've seen in the past partner showcases be 30 minutes, if not longer. I think this could potentially be like a 40-minute partner showcase. And then, of course, next week there's going to be a Sony State of Play. And I'm pretty sure they'll have some cool new announcements in their ecosystem for PlayStation. Even though State of Plays tend to be more third-party focused, and a lot of the games that get announced in those things outside of like the PlayStation IP tend to appear on every console as well. Like I know here recently they've done a lot of Sonic announcements in State of Plays. And I think when Sonic Cross Shadow Generations first got shown off, it was a State of Play that showed that off for the first time. And I think Crossworld was actually shown at the Game Awards. But I could see a situation where if they want to continue that trend of announcing Sonic games for the PlayStation audience and State of Plays, that they'll probably do that. They'll probably announce whatever we get from Sega this year in that landscape. I'm not really sure what else could be announced in the State of Play, to be completely honest with you. Because, I don't know. For me, the State of Plays are always kind of just like C tier and not really anything exciting. I usually get more hype at Nintendo Directs and even at Microsoft's Xbox Developer Directs, because they just tend to show more and tend to have more. But yeah, stay tuned for Monday Night Mayhem. Directly after this, I'll give my reactions to whatever we get in this Direct. That'll be fun. This is for the audio listeners. If you guys want to know what game I'm playing currently, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. It's a lot of fun. As somebody who's never played a Final Fantasy game, I never played Final Fantasy VII. I've played Final Fantasy games. I've played the 13 trilogy and I've played 15. And I've played a couple of the ones on like the DS. Like I had 12 Revenant Wings. Very different game. Um, I want to say I played another one. World of Final Fantasy. I played a little bit of that. I never beat that one, but did play a little bit of that. But this one's different. It's very different from all of the Final Fantasy games that I've played. And I was not too versed on Final Fantasy VII lore outside of who Cloud and Sephiroth are, and of course the other cast members on this game in this game as well. And I know a little bit about what happened in OG Final Fantasy VII, but this is a completely new experience for me. I'll have a video detailing my playthrough of this in the very near future. Probably do like a full review breakdown of it, so that way I'm not just doing like, oh yeah, I've played this game for 3 hours and here's my impressions of 3 hours. So far I've sunk about 20 hours into this game, and it's been a lot of fun. That's all I'm gonna really say. February games that I'm looking forward to outside of this one, I'm really looking forward to playing Dragon Quest VII Reimagine. I'll probably jump into that one right after I finish this. And then I will more than likely be playing Mario Tennis next week. The buddy's birthday celebration, he wants us to get together and play Mario Tennis. So I'm going to hit that up and do his Mario Tennis tournament. And then Resident Evil Requiem, I would say, is another like really, really big one that I'm looking forward to this month as well. Where I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm not looking forward to the jump scares that I'm going to have of it. So that game will be exclusively streamed, and I am making everybody and their mom watch me play that. Yeah. So that's some cool things that I got here coming up on the channel. It sounds like Carson is getting back. We'll get back to the Mayhem.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're
just
good,
letting you roll.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I didn't fucking realize that my wonderful, adorable cat, the same one that causes mayhem every Monday, pun intended. I guess it really wasn't a pun. Whatever. Anyway, apparently if she hits it just right, her little paw can hit the power button on my fucking computer and turn it off. And I'd been wondering why when I woke up a couple times over the last year, why it would randomly be turned off. Because like if it's a power outage, okay, well that makes sense. The clocks and everything are all fucked up in the kitchen. There are several times that I woke up and it was off and I couldn't figure out why. Because I knew that I was awake the night before and had left it on. I think I just solved that fucking mystery. So, yeah. Don't really know what I can do about that. Probably need to find some kind of little topper or something. But I'm afraid if I do that, then she's just going to fuck with it even more and break that off. So it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Yeah,
exactly.
But anyway.
Well, we only got a couple more minutes before we got to get out of here for the evening. So we'll save our final topic.
Do we have one more question left?
Yeah, we got one more question left. We actually got two more. I'll see if we can get through them.
Why don't we throw that last question out there, because I don't like it. It's a very easy one.
Nutsack saying, please do a reaction video of those top 100 lists from IGN. I'm dying to see what you guys think. Noted. We'll do that this summer. And then Vindicated Vicky with the final question of the evening. Favorite fighting game character not featured in Smash Brothers?
Goku.
Is Goku a fighting game? I mean, I guess technically Goku is a fighting game character.
Technically. And I until the day I die, Goku is the last character I want in Smash. I'm not even fucking kidding. And if you want me to get real, like, nitty-gritty with it, I want it to be Kid Goku with the power pole and the flying Nimbus.
That would also be cool.
They'll never do it, but that's my holdout. They did Banjo-Kazooie. what the fuck else can I say?
Yeah.
That you already did the one. So like Goku at this point is like my ultimate pie in the sky. This will never happen, and that's why I'm going to keep saying it. Because the one that I thought would actually never happen happens. So it's like Goku.
I feel like Goku is... I just have this strong feeling that they're going to get it to work one day. Like, I think we'll get that next Smash Bros. Trailer. And it's going to be, we are here to blow everybody's socks off. What's the one character we can really like showcase that would do that? And it's either going to be Leon, because me and Zach talked about this on Press A few weeks ago. It's either going to be Leon or it's going to be Goku. And I feel like people will pop off for Leon, of course. People will really pop off for Goku.
Leon would make sense, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And clearly M-rated games are not off like fucking Bayonetta and Joker in it. It's like M-rated games are not off the list.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, that was the big thing. Is like, oh, they won't add X, Y, or Z because they're in an M-rated game, and like Snake is the only one, and that's because Kojima himself wanted him in, and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And like now it's like, bro, it don't matter.
Nah. I also think the one of the main characters from one of the Hades games could potentially become, if not a character or assist trophy.
I could see assist trophy.
Yeah.
I don't think they would do indie games, honestly, or what would be considered an indie game, but that's just me.
I don't know. I feel like there's got to be at least
assist
like one
trophy though. That makes sense.
Yeah, because we already got Shovel Knight as an assist trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But favorite fighting game character not in Smash Brothers, Jury from Street Fighter. And she just kicks you from the sky, and that's fucking awesome. Oh, and I guess Ryu Hayabusa is up there too. Which, that's surprising that there's no Ninja Gaiden rep in Smash Brothers yet.
I don't know that it's surprising.
I guess for me, just being a big fan of the Ninja Gaiden series and knowing the history that has with Nintendo.
Oh yeah, no, I get that part.
Yeah.
But I also get why it doesn't have representation, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, at the same time, you could also be like, okay, well, fucking Kunio-kun should have some sort of representation in Smash Brothers. And, because, I mean, there's literally a dozen of those games released for Famicom alone, let alone Super Famicom, and then eventually 3DS and DS and everything else.
Do you think we're at a point
so it's
where we get Yakuza representation?
Nah, I honestly don't think that I would want it either. It would be funny, but like, it'd be a little too far out there, I think.
Not even like a Majima assist trophy?
Okay, I could fuck with that.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
Straight up, I could fuck with that. I could fuck with that.
Yeah.
I could fuck with that.
Oh, man. Well,
like, I was still in the realm of characters, but assist trophy, yeah, I could fuck with Majima assist trophy.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
think...
fuck, really, you know, like, you remember back in college, I did that giant mod of Smash Brawl for all of us? I, like, went through and tried to find characters everybody'd like and all that shit. If the Waluigi assist trophy were going to be modded and you just swapped out the model and the sound, I guess that was in Smash 4 and Ultimate. I guess the Waluigi one wasn't in Brawl. But point being is that if I was doing a mod, the Waluigi assist trophy is what I would swap out Majima for. And like just put in the Majima voice lines and shit. Yeah, like I don't even feel like you'd really need to change the animation all that much. It would still work for him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 1000% that would definitely work. the just like stomping in the ground and then he hits you with a golf club or a spatula or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Majima would also make more sense, I think, to pop up in terms of like an assist trophy or whatever than I think Ichiban or Kiryu.
Yeah. Because if you go Kiryu, you gotta figure out a way to make him a character, but because of Kiryu's story and what he represents, he can't be a character.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough about Ichiban.
Because that would require him to hit women.
Yeah.
And Kiryu never hits women.
Even if they hit him, he just doesn't do it.
Nope. Doesn't even raise a hand.
Yep. But yeah, Majima is an assist trophy. I will take 2 of those, please. Oh man, I'm excited for the day we get back to Smash character reveals, because those are some of the most.
I'm not.
Oh
I'm
man,
so not.
the reveals are so hyped.
Although you know what, maybe let me take that back a little bit. Maybe I will be now that I'm not so ingrained.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like now I can just enjoy it for what it is and not feel the need to. Like, I'll be able to talk about it on here, obviously, but, like, I'm not going to have to go into, like, Discords and shit and feel the need, like, to my friends, sure, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't run fucking big communities anymore. I don't do these massive fucking live streams. I don't do any of that shit, so I don't need to give my opinion to the masses and then be told I'm an asshole or you're so right and also you're an asshole.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where I was starting to get to the point with the reveals that whatever character they announce, I'm cool with. Like I felt like I
was after Banjo for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for another fucking Fire Emblem character. That was stupid. That was so fucking stupid.
We knew it was gonna happen though. Three Houses was like
it was still a really like great set of characters, but like that was such a flat ending. Like they should have put the Fire Emblem characters like the very first one and then done the others.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine how crazy that would have been if they'd ended with Banjo?
Yeah, instead of having them like right
like
there
it's
at the middle.
crazy enough, but like he's right smack in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. I am with that. Steve broke the internet, which that's still shocking to me.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I guess that fucks me up, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Technically, I said they wouldn't do an indie game, and technically, yes, it's owned by Microsoft, etc., but that was started by like one dude.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest quote unquote indie game. It's not indie anymore, but at one point it was.
That's true. Yep.
You know, I fucking played it when it was considered indie, and it was like one dude working on it when it was just that fuckhead.
You know, I never played Minecraft.
Really? Like not even just like fucked with it like a little bit?
Not even a little bit. Like I've never booted that game up.
Every few years, something will happen, and I'll just be like, I randomly really want to play Minecraft, and I'll get into it, like, balls deep for, like, 3 to 5 days, and then something will happen, and I will drop it for the next 2 to 4 years. But, like, ever since, I think I got it, like, fuck, when did it, like, first come out? It was like one of the like first.
It was early.
Really got like that wasn't on Steam because like when I got it, my version wasn't even on like Steam or Microsoft. It was like through Mojang, the like Mojang website itself.
Yeah.
Man, now I got to look it up real quick because now I really want to know. 2009. So yeah, I think I got it in like 2010 at some point.
Damn.
Like, I still have my original account somewhere, I think. I don't even know if off the top of my head I remember. I think I got it linked to, like, my Microsoft one, though, so it kind of works out. because I don't know that I even remember like my original one, but like yeah, so like it's changed significantly from what that used to be. Like the core is still kind of the same ultimately, kind of sort of, but there's just like so much more, and like every fucking time that I go back to it, because I've had those gaps each time, that like when I do go back, it's like radically, like very radically different in a lot of ways. It's nuts.
Jeez. Maybe one day I can at least observe somebody in close proximity boot that game up. Because, yeah, man, it's one of those things that I've been curious about, but I haven't been as curious as I've like been about other games. So
it's like weird because it's still pretty big, I would say, but it's definitely nowhere what it used to be. It's like weird where Minecraft is at.
Interesting. I just feel like they put Steve and what's the other character? Like the darker character.
Oh, you're talking the Enderman?
Yeah, I feel like they put those two characters in everything nowadays.
Oh yeah, and like the Creeper.
Yep, the Creeper. That's what it was.
Green thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're in Sonic Racing Crossroad as well.
Yep.
Well, all right. Let's bring it home. Let's get out of here, folks. Thank y'all for watching. This has been Monday Night Mayhem. Like I said, stay tuned after the ending here, because I will be going over my Nintendo Direct reactions. But until then, folks, if all you came here for was Mayhem, I say thank you. And remember, when eating spaghetti, don't use a spoon or a butter knife. That could be dangerous for your clothes. Until next week, folks, we will catch y'all later. Peace.
Watch Brett's friend Carson.
Yes, and also watch Brett's friend Carson. Do you guys have a new episode coming out this week?
Oh, I was just gonna have you cut it at the end of that.
No. Well, no, we'll cut it after this. New episode, Brett's friend Carson. Is it this week?
Yeah, youtube.com/expansion pack. I said last week we were gonna flirt with doing every other week. That's a lie. That sucked. I don't want to do it. We're gonna try to stick to weekly or as close to it as we can. Obviously, we won't hit it, but God damn it, we got a new episode coming out this week. youtube.com/expansion pack. That's youtube.com/expansion pack. Wednesday, noon central. Brett's friend Carson. Check it out. Have a good night, everybody. Peace and love.
Deuces. What's up, everybody? It's 7 a.m. It's Nintendo Direct time. February 5th. 30 seconds to go, baby. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm trying to get my energy right this morning before this whole thing starts, so that way I can be hype, give you guys my reactions of excitement for whatever we see here. I'm looking forward to a good show. So cheers. Let's get to it. My audio is delayed by 5 seconds. If I look up, it's because my second monitor, that's where my audio is coming from. So it's just going to be like a second delayed versus the stream, which sucks because I'll be seeing something and hearing something entirely different. Partner showcase, baby! It's that Orbital's game. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but I love the anime aesthetic. Uh, I mean, this might be a good date night game. Oh, you could do that. Game share. Oh, okay. That's dope. Summer. Storyteller. We have prepared a video for you. Please take a look. So I'm gonna start recording my gym content. It's gonna be me in front of a treadmill saying, "I prepared a video for you of me walking. Please take a look." Man, that's real soon. Oh snap! Another Captain Sabuya or Sabasa? I do not know how to say it, so I apologize for butchering the name. But I played the demo of the first one and it was dope. Subasa, that's right. Yeah, I was sick. Heck yeah. Bruh. It's, Wow. This is dang, next week. When does this one come out? Next week too? No, Tokyo Scramble game actually looks interesting. What? Oh, the Hollow Knight freaks are going wild. I forgot that Konami had a FIFA competitor, or I guess whatever EA calls it since it's not FIFA anymore. Oh hell yeah, here we go. Let's go to Philadelphia or Philabilidia. I'm really excited about this one. I really like that demo. June 18th, dope. Dang, today. Rebirth, let's go! June 3rd, holy shit. Hopefully for this one, we get that demo today. Because I really want to play this. Did he say bot buddies? Yes, sir. I will be downloading that and playing it. This game actually looks sick. And it's multiplayer? Alright, well, now I gotta see if I can get the boys to jump on. Combat looks dope. Dang, Switch 1 is getting time straight. I mean, it makes sense. Like, truth be told, 155 million users on Switch 1. Like, you got to put games on it still. Let's go. Been waiting on this one. Big fan of the Grand Blue anime when it was like new. I don't know if they've expanded on it since then, but I will be getting this one day one. And it's coming out on my birthday. Let's go, baby. They're going to tell me a demo is available for this today, I bet. Yeah, I knew it. Perfect. Rave Racer. What's the difference between this and Ridge Racer? Cool borders. Ninja Gaiden 2. I'll take it. I wish Disney Infinity was still a thing, to be completely honest with you. I freaking love Disney Infinity. That was my shit. Surprisingly, a lack of Sega and Microsoft titles so far. Thought for sure. I guess there's still some time. What? Tales of Arise? It's about time. Like, that should have been on Switch 1. Requiem. I'm excited about that one too. We're going to get a demo for this today too. This is going to be a fun one to play, like, with the homies watching. What the fuck? It's the Porsche. How? I will be playing the whole thing. Both stories in third person. Give us 2 through 4. 2 through 4. 2 through 4. Oh, I'm definitely getting that Leon amiibo. Dang, no metaphor, no dust bloods, no Elden Ring. Damn, that's soon. It's May. And they're bringing all of Bethesda's library over. All right, let's unpack this for a second. There was a lot of games here. I didn't keep count because there was probably too many to keep count. But some cool updates on some stuff that we knew was coming, and then some really surprise announcements that I was not expecting. Like seeing Tales of Arise just randomly show up in a sizzle reel. Seeing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink show up as well. Those were two big surprises where I thought those games could come, but I thought those would be kind of like, the first few months of the Switch 2, not necessarily like still within year one, I would say. I think Grand Blue is a little bit outside of that, coming in July. But, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was a given. Looks really good on Switch 2. Indiana Jones also looks really good on Switch 2. I think we're kind of like at that point now where it's just like pretty much anything and everything could come over at this point, maybe outside of Borderlands 4. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I gotta get super close because of my yeah. Anyways, I of course had expectations that Elden Ring might pop up with its release date here, but I guess it's just not ready yet. Which probably pushes the Dust Bloods. It might not even like have anything to do with where the Dust Bloods lines up. We'll just let this fireplace like start and play, and that'd be cool. But yeah, I thought Elden Ring could show up with its release date. Still, looking forward to playing that version because the only